Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Merkon's Musings, a Star Wars action figure review. And today we're looking at none other than the Twin Pod Cloud Car, or Bespin Cloud Car. This was a really neat ship, and we saw it in The Empire Strikes Back when Han Solo is trying to hide out on Bespin, and he tries to land on a platform, and these cloud cars come out and shoot a warning blast at him, and they escort him to the landing platform. A very quick moment in the film, which is kind of interesting when you think about it, because they created a spaceship and action figure just for this ship. Let's take a look at these two ships. So before we get into the review, as always, I'm going to give you a little bit of a history of the Twin Pod Cloud Car. The Twin Pod Cloud Car, or also known as the Storm 4 Twin Pod Cloud Car, was the first high atmospheric aircraft to be categorized as a cloud car. It was designed and produced by Bespin Motors to patrol the skies surrounding the floating mining colony and gambling resort, Cloud City. The Storm 4 was originally employed by the Bespin Wing Guard, who were responsible for security of Cloud City. Both of the cloud car pods contained a cockpit. The pilot was seated on the left pod, while the gunner manned the right pod. The pilot's pod equipped with advanced navigational systems and communications, while the gunner mans a pair of twin blaster cannons. Although not outfitted with advanced life support, the vehicle had pressurized cockpits for high altitude flight only. I always loved the design of this. So when I was younger, I didn't really care for Bespin too much. I did like the look of it and stuff, but I always was intrigued by these cloud cars. So let's check out these vehicles. So over here you have the 1980 Kenner version, and this is like a no-frills, kind of disappointing ship. It really has no play features, doesn't shoot any missiles or have any sounds like they used to back in the day. It just opens the cockpit like this, that's it, and it's got legs on the bottom. And you had to, fly it around like with your imagination as you did as a kid. It's kind of weak. Take your pilots. The only thing that these guys were created for was this vehicle. You never see them in the film. You only see their head for like a second. And you hear one of them talking. And this is it. This is the whole play feature of this vehicle. It's kind of weak. I mean, other than I love the design of this thing, this toy was not very exciting. So let's take a look at the more modern one. So let me take a look at this box. And this box is actually kind of neat. It had like a cloud background, Cloud City background, but not just the clouds. And it could turn into a diorama. So as you can see, you got this on the front. On the side, you see another shot of the Bespin Cloud Car shooting missiles. And then this is what I like about this box. It shows you on the back all the different things. Gives you a picture from the film. And then it shows you all the features it has. Separates into two vehicles. Cockpit opens and figures fit inside. Figures sold separately. Firing missile launchers. And this one says hidden launchers fire missiles. That's the coolest part of this. And then, you could store what they call a storage chamber. I thought it was more of a engine that you could, fix. I guess you could do both. But yeah, this is the packaging for this wave of things is kind of cool, but very, very plain. But yeah, that's a pretty neat box. So the second one is the more modern one. This is the Vintage Collection version. It came out in the Shadows of the Dark Side line. And this is actually a pretty cool looking vehicle. I have some problems with it, but I'll go through it now. So what's cool about this is they have the landing gear like the original. But what I like and don't like about this thing, well, let me show you something else that's kind of cool. So you can open up the engine, so you can have them repairing the engine, if they, or have them diorama with someone working on the engine. It's kind of cool. This one has an engine on this side as well. The thing that I don't like about this is that they made it so that these things can pop apart. You press these buttons and they come apart. So you have two vehicles, which is kind of defeats the purpose of a twin pod car that connects. What this other features has, it has missiles that shoot out of these holes, and you put the missile in and you press the button, it shoots out. I purchased this online. They lost the missiles, but I really don't care. One of these things shoots, these things pop out. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so this pops out and you can fire missiles from inside as well, which is a kind of cool feature. Yeah, so you go like that. And the same thing with this side, you do the same thing. And you can fire a missile this way as well. So you have a missile in there, which is kind of neat. So yeah, it's got a lot of play features. It's definitely the definitive version of this vehicle. There's no need to recreate another version of this. This is the part I don't like. This is what I find weak, because if you don't want to have separate vehicles, which I think is kind of silly, because like I said before, it defeats the purpose of having a cloud car. That's the whole point of this thing. But what's really neat too, if you take a look at the cockpit, it's pretty nice. They did a nice job. That's what I love about these more modern ones. They actually put some effort into the cockpit and giving it some sort of look instead of just a blank spot where people could sit. That's it. They'll just have a chair. And I only have one pilot. So, but like when I was a kid in 1980, when the first one came out, they didn't have this character yet. He came out in wave 4 of The Empire Strikes Back. And this one came out in the first wave of The Empire Strikes Back. So when I was a kid, this is who flew my twin pod cloud car. And this is really nice. Much better looking, much more play value. I need to buy another pilot for this. But yeah, this is pretty cool. All right, come on, get in there. There we go. So this is pretty cool. And I like the canopies better. They're shaped better and they look more screen accurate than the other one, which I love about this thing. Yeah, it's very screen accurate. So with that said, I hope you liked this episode of the Bespin Cloud Car or Twin Pod Cloud Car. And if you did, please hit like and subscribe. And I'll look forward to giving you another episode real soon. Thank you very much.